So like in the glass cases, I kind of keep more of the higher end, more expensive stuff that I don't want people really touching, you know. The likes of this kind of stuff, which is an Off-White Air Max 90. So this is a collaboration between Nike and Off-White. So these shoes in new condition can go for close to €1,000. My name is Nigel Briganti. I'm 47 years old. I'm from Limerick City in Ireland. I started getting into sneakers in my early teens through basketball and then a little bit later through hip hop. What inspired me to open a sneaker store in Limerick is first of all the fact that we didn't have one specialist sneaker shop or collectible shop, and second of all when I noticed the interest that was there from an online selling point of view and also from our sneaker convention that we run. I picked the name Osixone for my business because the business is based in Limerick, so Limerick's area code is 061. I started my reselling career just at the start of lockdown when I lost my job, my 9 to 5. So I just started selling out of a need and continued on then once I realized that there was a business in it. We have all kinds of communities come in here. First of all, the Sneakerheads come in here, obviously. A Sneakerhead is a person who is big into not only just wearing one pair of shoes at a time, but having, let's say, a collection of them or admiring, more shoes than what they should really have, I guess. People who are into the kind of fashion that you can't get in the local high street shops. You'd get those in here quite regularly, and then we have the likes of the skate community would come in here as well, and we have a massive hip hop community here in Limerick who are all into all the aspects of the stuff I sell here in the shop. I do a lot of work with rappers and stuff like that, and other musicians who come in and let them use the space and also use the studio I have here as well. What we do is after hours the kids come in and, like similar to what we've done here, we'd move back the stuff and we set up a microphone here in the middle of the shop, and we're doing like a mini series where local artists come into the shop and we record them performing one or two of their tracks, and then we upload it to YouTube as part of the series. So it's called the Lock-In. It's done in connection with a local hip hop group here in Limerick called On Lock. Then we also have the likes of the Dunk, which is kind of like one of the Nike staples. These would have gained in popularity hugely in the last year or so, based off of the likes of TikTok and things like that, really blowing them up. So this would be a very popular shoe, and definitely the most popular shoe in probably any sneaker store in the last year, I'd say. Favorite shoe is the Jordan 4 White Cement, because it was my first Jordan 4 that I ever had. It's the sneaker that everybody wants, but not everybody can afford. We're going through a different period, kind of a bit of a change now in the sneaker game, whereas during lockdown everybody had a lot of money to spend and a lot of time to shop online and a lot of time to collect stuff and a lot of time to spend their cash because they weren't out. So now we've come back to normality and people have a lot more things to spend their money on, and sneakers are, especially the sneakers that I sell, would be more of a luxury than a necessity. You're kind of depending on that core of community that we talked about, which would be the sneakerheads and the skaters and the basketball players who always wear those kind of shoes and would always seek out places like this. Whereas normal Joe Public, you stumbling upon the shop, it's a lot less of a chance for them to come in and actually buy something. So it's just about the hardest thing I think would be just getting the stuff in front of the people who want it. Running the business on my own, means that, from opening the shop to closing the shop to sourcing all the stock to, building relationships with people so that I can make the store better and stuff like that. My favorite thing about the sneaker community is probably the diversity with the different age groups and the different walks of life that are involved with it. Kids as young as 12, 13, right up to old fellas like myself, so there's a real kind of family Then that doesn't even bring into play like the business side of it, which wouldn't be my strong point. You know, I'm a sneakerhead. I'm not a businessman really, like, you know, but I am learning. So that would be kind of the biggest challenge for me, would be the business side of things. I'll be looking to expand the shop eventually, and I have more rooms in the back there. So eventually it'll be a bigger shop. At the moment, I think the sneaker culture in Ireland is kind of plateaued a little bit, whereas that for the last few years it's been constantly rising and rising and rising. So it reached such a level, I think, that the only way for it to go was to either flatten out or to decrease in popularity. So I think we're at a stage now where the average Joe who was a sneakerhead this time last year is not a sneakerhead anymore, and it's just more the people who are actually into the footwear and the whole story behind them that are the ones that are continuing to shop for it and keep the scene alive, you know. My role models growing up were rappers and basketball players and that kind of thing, like, you know. That's the kind of people I looked up to, like, when I was younger, you know. So I suppose from the rapper side of things, you know, they're always trying, they're always putting out their music, they're always, you know, always on the grind. So that would have been something that I learned from that. We've been on the grind, how to grind stuff out, like, and things. And from a basketball side of point of view, then it's just hard work all the time, like, you know. Those would be my kind of influences from when I was younger, and my mother. The main reason I started was the business was so that I can have something for my kids to pass them on, you know, whether it be the sneaker shop, whether it be the sneaker con, or whether it be the studio, or whatever it is. There should be something there that my kids can carry forward, like, you know. So myself, hopefully on the beach in 10 years or something like that, like, you know. And my son will be probably hopefully sitting over there behind the counter, and I will be retired or something, I don't know, somewhere or something like that. I'm sure you can edit that. 10 years. I don't know, not here anyway, that's for sure.